Lord Bateman was a noble youth of a high degree. He shipped himself on board a vessel some foreign countries for to go see. Now he sailed east and he sailed west, until he came to Santa Fe, where he was taken bound in prison until his life it became weary. Now this Turk had one only daughter, the fairest ever my two eyes did see. She stole the keys to her father's prison and swore Lord Bateman she would set free. Lord Bateman, have you houses and lands? And does Northumberland belong to thee? What would you give to any lady who out of prison could set you free? Oh yes, I have houses and lands, and half Northumberland belongs to me, and I'd freely give it to any lady who out of prison could set me free. She took him to her father's cellar. She gave to him the best of wine, and every drink she drank unto him. I wish, Lord Bateman, that you were mine. She took him to her father's Harbour. She gave to him a ship of fame. Farewell, farewell, and farewell, Lord Bateman, I fear I never will see you again. 'Tis 7 years we will make a promise, and 7 more we'll keep it strong. If you want wed with no other woman, sure I want wed with no other man. Though 7 years been past and gone, and 7 more well known to me, and I packed up all my gay gold clothing and swore Lord Bateman I would go see. And when she reached Lord Bateman's castle, so boldly did she ring the bell. Who's there, who's there, cried that proud young porter, who rings so boldly and don't come in? Is this Lord Bateman's castle, I cried, and is his lordship now within? Oh yes, cried that proud young porter, he just has taken his new bride in. Go bid him send me a slice of cake, and a bottle of his best of wine, not to forget the fair young lady who did relieve him when close confined. Away, away went that proud young porter, away, away, and away went he, And when he came to Lord Bateman's chamber, 'twas there he fell on his bended knee. What news, my proud young porter? What news dost thou bring to me? Well, there is one of the fairest ladies, the fairest ever my two eyes did see. She has gold rings upon every finger, and on her middle one, well, she wears three. There's enough gold lace about her clothing than would buy half of Northumberley. And she bids you send her a slice of cake and a bottle of your best of wine, not to forget the fair young lady who did relieve you when close confined. Lord Bateman flew into a passion. He split his sword in splinters three, saying, I'll roam no more in no foreign countries, since my Sophia have crossed the sea. Well, up then speaks the young bride's mother. She was never known to speak so free. Don't you disgrace my only daughter, though your Sophia have crossed the sea. I own I made your daughter bride. She's none the better nor the worse for me. She came to me on a horse and saddle. She may go home in a coach and three. Lord Bateman fixed another wedding, and with his heart so full of glee, saying, I'll roam no more in no foreign countries, since my Sophia have followed me. Ye fellas smokes tobacco, come pity my case. I'm here on this island without a damn taste, surrounded by ice and encompassed with snow. In search of that weed, I don't know where to go. May the great God of heaven have pity on I, and send me some baccy, or else I will die. 'Tis 6 weeks or better since I had a draw, and I can't remember when I last had a chia. Ye fellas smokes tea, well, ye better beware, for it is very scarce and most damnable dear. And to my opinion, a good cup of tea would suit you far better than to smoke it away. Now them that smokes moss, the worst robbers of all, goes away with their bags, picking that in the fall. If they'd leave it alone, sure to keep their house tight, but they're only just making a fool of the pipe. Now I can't smoke the trash I see some people smoke, such as with rod and shavings and strands of old rope. For some they do say wax it is good to chaw, but it loosens your teeth, puts a kink in your jaw. If the wind veers northeast, then the ice it will go, and we'll all get some baccy, St. Peter's I know. every man with his tavern stuck out of his gob, and to hell we'll shove shaven, spruce rind and with rod. Au jardin de son père, la belle s'y promène. Au jardin de son père, la belle s'y promène. Blanche comme la neige, jolie comme le jour. Il y a 3 capitaines qui vont lui faire l'amour. Le plus jeune des 3 l'a pris par sa main blanche. Le plus jeune des 3 l'a pris par sa main blanche. Montez, montez, ma belle, sur mon cheval gris. C'est à Paris je t'emmène dans un très beau logis. Arrivé à Paris, l'hôtesse lui demande. Arrivé à Paris, l'hôtesse lui demande. Dites-moi, dites-moi, ma belle, et dites-moi sans mentir, si vous êtes venue ici par force ou par plaisir. En disant ces mots-là, les capitaines y rentrent. En disant ces mots-là, les capitaines y rentrent. Soupez, soupez, ma belle, soupez avec plaisir. Avec 3 capitaines, vous passerez la nuit. Au milieu du souper, la belle est tombée morte. Au milieu du souper, la belle est tombée morte. Jouez, jouez au bois, tambour et violon. Si ma maîtresse est morte, j'en saurai la raison. Où l'enterrons-nous, cette aimable maîtresse? Où l'enterrons-nous, cette aimable maîtresse? Au jardin de son père, les lauriers sont fleuris. Nous allons prier Dieu pour elle, qu'elle aille au paradis. Au bout du 3e jour, elle frappe à la porte. Au bout du 3e jour, elle frappe à la porte. Ouvrez, ouvrez, mon père, ma mère, si vous m'aimez. Il y a 3 jours, j'ai fait la morte pour mon honneur sauvé. On the 18th of November, as you all might remember, the day it being a fine one and frosty too, you know. As the evening was advancing, they kept teasing me about dancing. So to please their foolish fancies, I did agree to go. I knew I'd be accepted, but really not expected. It'd been so long since I had been to anything before. To the party boldly ventured, and the ballroom door I entered. I addressed the porter gently as he stood inside the door. 5 cents was the admission, now it might make some addition. We'll add it all together, for the item it is small. The old giant was in the centre with the fire red and rantin', and would you know was plenty, for those boys were never small. When the boys they got out dancing, I bet they were not prancing, for every boy and girl there would do the best they could. And some would make a blunder like a double clap of thunder, but no one seemed to wonder, for the sport was going good. I gazed around the building like someone was bewildered, and something caught my eye about a little way ahead. I discovered there the altar where the Holy Mass was offered, but today it's decorated with buns of daily bread. Oh, the waiters, they were 7, between 10 and 11. You bet that they were fussy when the table they did set. Now the soup so fast is coming, there are boys with boilers running. 'Twould make you all feel funny at what you're going to get. The table seated 20, and soup you know was plenty, and bread and buns went with these to make it all go good. As for what it was made out of, it is no odds about it, for no one seems to doubt it when the taste it suited good. When supper it was over, like a storm in the Straits of Dover, the music never slackened and the dancing still held on. The old women got out dancing, out in bunches they were prancing. I thought they're going frantic, but we had a jolly time. And for anyone that stopped between 4 and 5 o'clock, they had another supper, it was just as much or more. Well, I'm sure it can't be eaten, or neither will be beaten. I'm sure it won't be equaled, neither up nor down the shore. I grieve when I think on those bright, happy days of my youth, when all the sad dreams in this faithless world seemed true. I roamed through the green wood as gay as a midsummer's bee, with brotherly love for my Driharin O Mo Croi. Together we watched the sweet lark as she sang o'er her nest. Together we lay in the sweet scented meadows to rest. Together we plucked the ripe fruit from the flowering sloe tree, a blossom of beauty, my Driharin O Mo Croi. My love, he is handsome and properly shaped among men. His manners so elegant, so charming, so free among men. His bosom far whiter than snow on the rocks of the sea. He's my heart's brightest treasure, my Driharin O Mo Croi. He is gone to the wars now, proud England united with France. His regiment was forced on that wild battlefield to advance. When evening's dark shadows gathered over that wild bloody day, cold, cold on the earth lay my Driharin O Mo Croi. I am now left to mourn, like the wandering bird of the night. No sound to be heard in the shadows of fading daylight. The dark, narrow grave is the only sad refuge for me, since I lost my heart's darling, my Driharin O Mo Croi. Come, all ye true-born fishermen, and listen to my song. I hope you'll pay attention, I won't delay long. Concerning of those Pooch Cove men, those fishermen so brave, who saved the crew of the Water Witch so near a watery grave. On Christmas Eve this craft did leave, and loud the wind did roar. 'Twas on a reef she came to grief, not far from Pooch Cove shore. In a place they called the Horrid Gulch, this schooner headed on, and in the twinkling of an eye 3 poor dear souls were gone. 3 seamen from the Water Witch leapt when they heard the shock. The rest belonged to that doomed craft, were hurled upon the rock, to wait their hours in storms and showers, and loud the sea did dash. They see their schooner beaten up, all on the rocks did smash. The Pooch Cove fishermen to a man came out that cruel night. For those who gazed on those poor souls, it was a doleful sight. And for to make the scene much worse, poor females numbed with cold stood waiting there to be relieved by those brave heroes bold. Ponds, roads, and lanterns soon were brought by kind and willing hands. The shrieks of females in distress those fishermen could not stand. And for to face that horrid gulch 600 feet did go, to save those souls half dead with cold who waited down below. Brave Alfred Moore, a Pooch Cove man, I'll take the lead, he cried, and around his waist strong hempen rope in double knots was tied, and strong men waited on the top to lower him o'er the cliff, to dash our hero down below in blinding snow and drift. 3 times they swung him in the dark, in blinding drift and snow, before his foot could find a place to give him any hold. At length he found a resting place close to a sheltered stone, where he could see those souls below and hear their dismal moan. Oh, now to save this shipwrecked crew, their hearts were filled with hope. 6 more brave Pooch Cove fishermen, like heroes, man the rope. And now some small hand lines like Moore's they managed for to lower, till all the water witches grew were landed safe on shore. Oh, hark, another scream is heard, the people got a shock. Another female left below to perish on the rock. Brave Alfred made another dash, and loud the wind did roar. He took this woman in his arms in safety to shore. The news was soon in town next day about the water witch. The whole community was surprised, the poor as well as rich. The governor, he wrote home these words in letters bold and grand, to tell the pluck of those fishermen belonged to Newfoundland. And the Humane Society of Liverpool, they very soon sent here gold medals to those fishermen who never knew no fear. The governor's lady pinned them on, those medals rare and rich, on the Pooch Cove boys who saved the lives aboard the water witch. So here's success to those brave boys who risked in storm and breeze their precious lives to save those souls who ventured on the seas. May peace and plenty be their lot, that gay and gallant band. Brave Alfred mourned, all the rest belonged to Newfoundland. C'était un jeune militaire, c'était un jeune militaire. Après avoir servi 7 ans, laissait encore son régiment. Après avoir servi 7 ans, laissait encore son régiment. Dans une auberge, il est rentré, dans une auberge, il est rentré. Bouteille de vin, il a demandé, Madame l'hôtesse lui a donné. Bouteille de vin, il a demandé, Madame l'hôtesse lui a donné. Tout en buvant de ce bon vin, tout en buvant de ce bon vin, une chanson haute il a chanté, Madame l'hôtesse mise à pleurer. Une chanson haute il a chanté, Madame l'hôtesse mise à pleurer. Qu'avez-vous donc, Madame l'hôtesse? Qu'avez-vous donc, Madame l'hôtesse? C'est-il la chanson que j'ai chantée, que fait vos beaux yeux bleus pleurer? C'est-il la chanson que j'ai chantée, que fait vos beaux yeux bleus pleurer? Oh oui, répondit-elle. Oh oui, répondit-elle. C'est la chanson de mon mari, et je crois bien que vous êtes lui. C'est la chanson de mon mari, et je crois bien que vous êtes lui. Qu'as-tu donc fait, méchante femme? Qu'as-tu donc fait, méchante femme? Je t'avais laissé avec un enfant, et te voilà 4 maintenant. Je t'avais laissé avec un enfant et te voilà 4 maintenant. J'avais reçu de fausses lettres, j'avais reçu de fausses lettres, que tu t'es mort et enterré, et moi je me suis remariée. Que tu t'es mort et enterré, et moi je me suis remariée. Où est-il donc, ton second homme? Où est-il donc, ton second homme? Il est à labourer les champs pour gagner du pain aux enfants. Il est à labourer les champs pour gagner du pain aux enfants. Où est-il donc, mon petit Pierre? Où est-il donc, mon petit Pierre? Il est en bas dans les vallons en train de regarder ses blancs moutons. Il est en bas dans les vallons en train de regarder ses blancs moutons. Tiens, voici les clés de l'armoire. Tiens, voici les clés de l'armoire. Prends-y de l'or et de l'argent et va rejoindre ton régiment. Prends-y de l'or et de l'argent et va rejoindre ton régiment. As I roved out on one cold winter's evening, down by a large forest I happened to stray, being fully intended to visit a neighbor, till I was prevented by cold heavy rain. The wind it blew high and tremendously sleeting. I sat myself down beneath a large tree, when to my surprise I heard somebody weeping, repeating the words, crying, "Hush, oh my baby." I've been confounded with close shades surrounded. I drew a little nigh to see what it might be, when who should I see but a poor distressed woman, with a babe in her arms and 2 on her knee. "Oh heaven," she cried, "is there no consolation? Or is there no reason in humanity? My babies are sleeping, they'll cry if they're wakened. Oh hush, oh my baby, hush, oh my baby." I said, "My good woman, were you ever married? And where is the father of your children small? And have you no home or no house to reside in? And if you were wealthy, what caused your downfall?" "Oh yes, kind sir, I own I was married to one who is buried, it's plain to be seen. He left me alone for to wander those valleys, crying, 'Hush, oh my baby, hush, oh my baby.' 'Tis 7 long years since we both met together, and married we were with our parents' consent. We lived in a place they called Newtown Perry, and never till now had I cause to lament. Till the 29th day of last March he was going out in his fields his cattle to see. 'Twas little he thought he would never return to hear his own wife sing "Hush-O-Bye, baby." As he was driving along through the city, a large crowd of people he happened to see. Some holy, some human, with guns and firearms, and likewise a large gang of the peasantry. 'Twas little he thought of their wicked intentions. He made no delay, but rode on speedily. But those cruel villains soon made him their victim, and put him to sleep without "Hush-O-Bye, baby." My husband been scarcely a half a year buried, when those cruel villains walked in on my floor, demanding the rent before time was due, sir, and pay it I should or walk out in the door. I being after laying out all my money to bury my husband, it's plain to be seen. All I would say, sir, it all proved in vain, for they gave me the road to sing "Hush-O-Bye, baby." I thought to proceed, but she made me no answer. Her tongue it grew speechless, and her eyes they grew dim. She let go the babe that she held in her arms, and down to the ground she did instantly fall. 'Twas quickly I ran and took her in my arms. "Cheer up, my good woman, and come home with me." All I could say, sir, it all proved in vain, for her last dying words were "Hush-O-Bye, baby." 'Twas quickly I ran for the help of a neighbor, and brought this poor woman to some other house. And there I prepared for her funeral charges, and left her wee babes in the care of a nurse. But it was not worthwhile to go to such trouble, for they once had a nurse that was willing and free. The very next day they took part with their mother, and went the same road without "Hush-O-Bye, baby." I'm a hardy Newfoundlander, Michael Chaser is me name. I was born in Green Islands, I'm a fisherman betrayed. I was born in the morning, 2:15, with me hands in the pockets of me Old Ragadoo. It was at the age of 14 years a fisherman I became. I liked me job of fishing and I wanted to be a man. I liked me job of fishing, so a man I quickly grew, with me hands in the pockets of me old Ragadoo. Now I'm 40 years of age, and I'm not a bit ashamed when I meets a fair young damsel. Susie Leggin is her name. Well, Susie says she do love me, and I love Susan too, with me hands in the pockets of me old Ragadoo. Well, I says, me handsome Susie, there is something I must say, but still I think it cruel for to leave you anyway. To take you to the altar, that is more than I can do, with me hands in the pockets of me old Ragadoo. Well, up speaks me handsome Susan, saying I'm not put out about that, for the time I knew was coming when you try to leave me flat. But there's lots of men in Newfoundland as just as good as you, with their hands in the pockets of their old Ragadoo. Well, I buttoned up me overcoat, put on me old straw hat, for I really wasn't expecting I'd get off as light as that. With the heel of me hand I wiped me nose and bid goodbye to Sue, with me hands in the pockets of me old Ragadoo. And now I am a married man and settled down for life in me cosy little corner with me lovely little wife. I oftentimes recall to mind the time I courted Sue, with me hands in the pockets of me old Ragadoo. Oh, Liverpool, England is a place I love dear. I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. I spent all me money, what could I do more? I was forced to take ship and go sail from the shore, and it's row, 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 bullies, row, for the Liverpool Pilot, she have us in tow. It's early next morning, we were out for a start. We packed all our duds in the old baggage cart, and straight to the landlord to get a last glass, and on board of a ship us poor sailors was cast, and it's row, 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 bullies, row, for the Liverpool Pilot, she have us in tow. One day as our ship she lay calm on her line, our captain was cursing 'cause he had no wine. Set tight sheets and halyards, leave none of 'em slack, for they're flying aloft from our main topsail deck, and it's row, 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 bullies, row, for the Liverpool Pilot, she have us in tow. Our mate and our boatswain all day going through, just hunting up work for us sailors to do. On reeve your jib halyards he loudly did roar, and it's run aloft, sailor, you son of a whore, and it's row, 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 bullies, row, for the Liverpool Pilot, she have us in tow. Round in Cape Heney I'll never forget, and when I looks back I can think on it yet. With the boats driving under and her sailors all wet, and she ranged 12 an hour with her starn line set tight, and it's row, 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 bullies, row, for the Liverpool Pilot, she have us in tow. Oh, now we are out and for home we do steer, to our wives and our families and the ones we hold dear. Drink a health to our captain and pilot as well, but our old mate and boatswain, we'll wish them in hell, and it's row, 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 bullies, row, for the Liverpool Pilot, she have us in tow. Ye muses nine, let you combine and listen to my song. 'Tis a mournful lamentation, it won't delay you long. It's of a Spanish captain, as you may understand. He left his home in sunny Spain, bound down for Newfoundland. His wife, she stepped on board with him, dressed up in silk so fine. Her eyes was of the sparkling bright, like diamonds they did shine. Her skin just like the snow blossom that falls before the rain. Her hair hung down in ringlets, Rosanna was her name. Their daughter followed after them, just like some angel bright. She had a small and slender waist, dressed up in muslin white. All red and rosy was her cheeks, from Spanish town she came. She's fairer than Rosanna, who's called the flower of Spain. On the 20th day of last July, from home we did set sail, with the Helen in our company, blew a sweet and pleasant gale. With the Helen in our company, we could no longer stay, for she got in that very night that we were cast away. The farmers and the virgin banks, they boldly made a stand, with burning bait upon the ground to purify the land. The smoke lay flying o'er the hills and pitching on the sea. Our ship arrived no more across, for this was her last day. The Margaret was our ship's name. She was a handsome boat, with her lofty yards and pitch pine spars. She was scarce 9 years afloat. By our reckoning and good conduct, a due course we did steer. Our boatswain cried, "There's land ahead, I'm sure it is Cape Spear." We reefed our mains, braced up our yards, and hauled her by the wind. But to our sad misfortune, no tug to take her in. For for she had gone on business, she went the day before, with freight to Harbour, around the western shore. So we squared away across the bay that dark and stormy night. All hands were to their stations, but no man saw the light. Said the captain to the boatsman, we'll heave the lead to sound. No star nor moon was to be seen, nor pilot to be found. The night was thick with heavy smoke, the seas ran mountains high. It was on that point, that barren rock, we ran her high and dry. On the 20th day of August, oh, what a dreadful sight. All hands were in the water, 'bout 12 o'clock that night. Our captain, wife, and daughter no longer could remain to enjoy the wealth and honor they left after them in Spain. For as they lay on their virgin beds, the trumpeter did sound, calling to the seat of justice, where every stain was found. Our captain, being a Spaniard, and a man of note and fame, he was a bold undaunted that ploughed the raging main. And I hope the King of Glory will their precious souls receive, and make their beds in heaven, where St. Peter holds the keys. Attention all, both great and small, I hope that you'll attend and listen unto those few lines that I have lately penned. It do concern the dangers that we do undergo, and our pleasures down in Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. It happened to be in the summertime, in the lovely month of June, when the birds were gaily singing and the meadows in full bloom. Our schooner we got ready to prosecute did go, the codfish down in Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. From Placentia Bay we sailed away, I do mean Pittyford. Our fishing gear was cod traps, a voyage for to bring forth. But if the codfish fades away, as it oft times done before, we could lose our year in Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. Oh, the first few days that we were there, the weather it proved fine. And when the next ones rolled along, well, they're another kind. Our hawsers we got ready, and we had to let them go. And we sailed away from Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. We runned her to St. Mary's, it was a place of rest. Particularly up in Riverhead, that's where we all love best. And when the gale was over, back to our gear did go, to the rugged shores of Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. When we arrived at Gull Cove, everything it did look grum. Our traps lay in good order, also our skiffs and punts. There's no sign of fish mashed in the twine, and well we all do know we could lose our year in Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. The schooner Madonna Hayden with Tommy in command, he always got a saving voyage since he came to Gull Cove strand. But the spring when he was leaving home, he had no mind to go to the rugged shores of Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. Oh, the James and Mary Hayden is riding up ahead. And the other day now Captain Jim unto his men he said, there's no better sign today, me boys, than there was a month ago. Oh, the curse of hell on Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. Bill Emberley from Spencer's Cove in the schooner the Village Bride, he is anchored down in Gull Cove, down on the foaming tide. If he had gone to the southern shore, he might have met a go. But he'll lose his year in Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. My song, it only reaches up as far as Ladder Cove Point. They might be getting fish up there, but those boats looks awful bind. They might be getting fish up there, and they don't want us to know. And we're stuck down in Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. The Carrie and Aggie Bailey, I do mean Patrick Han. 'Tis now he is lamenting, but it's all in God's own hand. God's holy will, it must be done, and well we all do know. We will make the skunk in Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow. For myself, the great composer, it makes no odds to me. I have a great time sleeping, there's nothing can trouble me. For when my meals are cooked and ate, back to my bunk I'll go. and the Gull Cove waves lull me asleep, where the stormy winds do blow. Now to conclude and finish, I do mean to end my song. My name is Matty Johnson, Petty Fort I do belong. I don't think I've offended you so far forth as I know, but I'll bid adieu to Gull Cove, where the stormy winds do blow.